Hey guys, welcome back to another Mech Spotlight. Today we're taking a look at another one of the super heavies. This is the Kongming, and it is the hero variant, of course, the Wushu. This super heavy, it's a 125-ton super heavy from yet another goddamn mech mod, just like the others that we've taken a look at. Real interesting one here. Let's, oh, I know what that was for. The model is an interesting model. It's kind of, I believe, looks to me like a cataphract that has been supersized and then added a bunch of missile pods on top, as well as some missiles there in the middle. And then you got the cockpit of a Raven, I believe, that has been upsized to fit on the model. You got some giant arm weapon pods there. They do actually have 3 ballistic slots on each. You can see right now that one is sticking out in the middle because I moved it. I'll move that back in a second when we go back to the other screen. I was testing out to see what the placement of that looked like. As far as the colors and the paint scheme here go, this is a Liao variant, or a Liao super heavy, so I went with Liao paint pattern, just changed the colors a little bit. Gave it some gold plating on there, and then the greens, of course. So, pretty cool model, though. Not my favorite, but still really cool. I love seeing these super heavy models. Let's go back. I'll show you what I moved. It was this one. So, if you want the weapons to be lined up with the where the weapon hardpoints actually should be, then use these ones and don't use that middle one. That middle one puts them kind of right in between where there's not really a spot for a weapon, but they had to fit a third barrel on there somewhere since you have 3 hardpoints on each arm. But yeah, that's basically it. Excuse me for a second, man. Oh, okay, that's better. Let's go through the quirks real quick here. We got Distracting. This is reductions in incoming damage to armor and structure, both 5%. Franken Mech. As you can see just by looking at it, this mech was built with the components of several different chassis designs. Being cobbled together, performance is below standard. On the bright side, it is easier to maintain and refit. So you have some mobility negatives there, and then some positive quirks for the economy stuff there. We have sloped armor for CT. This is, again, reducing incoming damage to armor, but it's only on the center torso. So that kind of goes along with the Distracting. That's giving you a total of minus 13% on your damage to armor on the center torso. Really nice. We have missile launcher mount, right torso and left torso. They're both the same thing. You get torso weapon spread radius and cooldown modifier. It says weapon there. We only have missile hardpoints on the torsos anyways, so it is indeed missile launcher mount bonuses. Capellan Confederation quirk. So again, this is our faction quirk. It is a Liao super heavy. So this design originates or is predominantly used by the Capellan Confederation, if I can speak correctly, which has the weakest industry of the great houses. They often have to get creative to offset their disadvantages, which includes improved performance to lasers and plasma rifles, along with better sensors, plus ECM capabilities. All mechs of this faction also have built-in recon UAVs. I always forget to use these, but if you like using UAVs, you get some built-in, 2 of them. Not advanced ones, but still you get 2 for free. Unfortunately, the mechs have reduced cooling efficiency, and most weapons have less ammo capacity. So, a couple negatives there. So enhanced IR and thermals, UAV drones, like I said, you get 2 of them. Sensor range bonus, 100 meters. Weapon lock-on timer, you get a bonus 10% on that. Chance to completely avoid incoming fire is 5%. That's nice to have. Incoming heat damage, minus 20%. Missile and ballistic ammo is minus 10%, so you're getting a reduction in ammo there. Laser heat generation, minus 5%. Laser beam duration, minus 10%. Plasma projectile speed and heat generation both get bonuses there, as well as cooling efficiency modifier. So, all in all, pretty good quirk there for us. Kongming hero armor. This is, of course, because it is a hero variant, you're getting some of that extra durability there. It's all armor, nothing on structure. But still some good bonuses. And then we get to the hero quirk, the Wushu. You get enhanced IR and thermals. Didn't we have that up here? Yeah, so we were already getting that anyways. Turn speed modifier, plus 10%. Ultra UAC, not sure why you have to put Ultra on there. UAC's, the U stands for Ultra, so Ultra auto cannons. Heat generation modifier, minus 5%. Ultra auto cannons. Damage modifier, plus 15%. I'm saying Ultra twice just because it's really just UACs. Don't think there's some special weapon called an Ultra UAC that you haven't heard of. But yeah, UAC jam chance minus 25%. That is big for us. That's a really nice bonus to have if you're going to be using UACs. Jam duration is also reduced by 10%. Also a really nice one. And you don't see that quirk very often, actually. At least I haven't. You do have some rifle bonuses on the CT. Projectile speed, cooldown, damage. I don't really use rifles much. And I wasn't putting any ballistics on the CT because I wanted them on the arms. So no way to really take advantage of that. We're going with the UACs over the rifles. Missiles, right torso, left torso, so you're getting missile bonuses here. You get projectile speed, heat generation, and range, all improved. Very nice overall stats for this build. We're focusing obviously on the UACs and the missiles. So, speaking of the weapons, let's take a look at those. I went with UAC 10s. This thing is basically more or less, well, with some other improvements, a carapace with UAC 10s instead of 5s. So, really, really freaking powerful. So we got 4 of them, 2 on each arm, like I was saying. The Ultra Auto Cannons, or UACs, tend to fire in short bursts with an incredibly high damage output potential. This is achieved by the weapon system being able to fire 2 times per cooldown, but doing so has the potential to jam the UAC for every double tap. Hence why we're trying to reduce jam chance as much as we can so that we can double tap as much as we can without jamming. UACs also benefit from having more range than their standard autocannon counterparts. Fires a rapid 4-round burst. Okay, and your damage at max range is 50%, which is actually pretty good. A lot of weapons go down to like 20-30% at max range. So 50% is quite nice. As it says, you can double tap this. I basically double tap it every single time that I fire it. I don't really ever use the single fire. It does jam, but not too much because with this build we did stack a lot of jam chance reduction, so it's really not too bad. And so double tapping on every single shot, I didn't notice it jamming all that much. Probably the better way to go with this weapon system. To top that off, we went with missiles, obviously, to take advantage of all the missile quirks that we have, or missile bonuses we have from the quirks, I should say. So I decided to go with medium range missiles because I like being able to extend further than SRMs, but I like the feel and play of SRMs, the damage they do. This is a good middle ground between the LRMs and SRMs. I've been playing MRMs a lot more lately, and I'm finding that I really enjoy them. So, upgrades to the standard MRM launcher system allow the clan Streak MRM to use a lock-on guidance system. This takes care of one of the downsides to using MRMs, which is that they are dumbfire. They don't have a lock-on normally. These ones do, because these are Streak MRMs. So they do lock on, so you can really use these things up to their maximum range, a little over 1,000 meters, and still hit your target every single time, basically, because of the lock-on. Really nice to have, and because of our bonuses to lock-on time, this thing locks on really fast. Let's see, where was I? I was... greatly improves the weapon range, accuracy, and velocity without adding more mass. Huge bonuses there. Has a 75% chance to target exposed internals, but can only be fired with a missile lock. Has an extremely long cooldown. Not really. I didn't think the cooldown was that bad. It's just over 4 seconds on this build with all the bonuses we're getting. So yeah, I think that's just fine. The 75% chance to target exposed internals is really interesting. So use your UAC 10s. If you open up the target's CT first, and then fire the missiles, 75% chance those missiles are going to target that exposed CT and take that thing down real quick. So really nice. Originally I had 6 of them on this mech. Didn't quite work. I didn't have room for all the internals I wanted and everything. So I dropped that down to 4 of them. So you get 40 streak MRM 10s, or sorry, just streak MRMs, 4 of the 10s. Works really well nonetheless. So I'm enjoying them. I did not have room for any AMS. I wanted to. Originally I had a laser AMS there, but it just didn't work out. And I did end up, after I shifted some things around, we did have some crit slots left open. However, there's not really any free tonnage, any way for me to free up some tonnage here. We could, I suppose, and I'm just now realizing this, you could go ahead and move these all down here. That would give you a little bit of space to add another patchwork tier 3 up here. You could also move these. So you could do a little bit of changing here to gain a little bit of weight back. It's not much though. Yeah, if you do that, you could throw one more tier 3 in the CT, right? No, can't do it. We've only got 2 free slots. So you could do a tier 2. Let's move the tier 3 to the CT. Tier 2 in the head. And then that gives us about a ton, right? So we should be able to add a laser AMS. No. Oh, right, because this needs to become a tier 1. My bad. And then we add the laser AMS. Bada bing. Drop a little bit of armor. I think 3 on each, right? Oh, I was 1 away. Let's drop 1 more from the head. There you go. Now you've got your build. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, so you do have AMS there. You won't see that in the gameplay, but it really doesn't make a difference. This thing is a beast anyways. So I guess that pretty much covers the weapon systems. Now we do have an AMS on there. Nice little defensive ability to have if you can squeeze it on. Let's talk about internals. Sniper sensors, pretty standard. Best sensor range that you can get. FCS, I went for modular, as you noticed. For the battle computers, we went with predictive. This gives you both missile and ballistic bonuses, which is the reason I went for that. Piloting, this just gives you some mobility stuff that's really nice to have, as well as an increase to piloting skill, which increases your evasion, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Then we got our ballistic, missile, battle computers. Obviously, we are stacking these for the bonuses to our weapon systems. Heat battle computer improves our heat. The heat management on this thing is a little bit deceiving here because you are double tapping the UAC 10s every time, so you're actually getting twice the heat from these essentially. So yeah, really, if this could be a little bit higher, it would be better. You want to be around 4 if you can get there. I just couldn't quite make it fit. So I found, 3.79. That's not bad. I think it works okay. And then, yeah, that's all the battle computers. And then we just went with cockpit small advanced for the space, as well as the weight savings. Now, for the CT, our internals, I already showed you we have patchworks all over the place, so I'm not going to mention those again. Clan Ferro Carbide Armor. This does give you weight savings, but it also gives you defensive bonuses. So, let's see, armor modifier, plus 10%, armor repair cost and repair time. Weapon damage to armor is also reduced by 15%. However, you do take an increased 15% re-engineered laser damage to armor. I don't come across those, like, hardly ever, so I'm not too worried about that. You also get case built in with that. Clan Endo Structure. This is the best option for weight savings in your structure. Royal Double Heatsink Kit. That is the best double heatsink kit that you can take. Gyro Dreadnought. The Dreadnought Gyro is really nice for these heavier mechs because you are getting weight savings. It is technically an XL gyro. The weapon spread radius and distance is a big help on this build. The jam chance obviously is the main reason though that we're taking this gyro. Like I said, we're stacking jam chance reduction, so that was the main reason. Weapon recoil, that's always nice to have. Some of these ballistics have a lot of recoil, so anything you can do to reduce that is helpful. especially when you're doing like double taps with UACs. You don't want to have a lot of recoil there. Weapon damage to armor and structure is reduced by 5% as well, so you're getting some defensive bonuses there. Obviously a Clan Double XL engine. We're trying to save as much weight as we can for the weapon systems. And then the engine cores, I ended up with a double 250 engine core is what I could fit there. Pumps us out at a pretty healthy speed of 64 kph, and we did actually add to that with a supercharger, so you can get some extra speed whenever you need to. I found the supercharger works really well. I choose the supercharger over the mask because the supercharger only weighs 1 ton and the mask weighs oh yeah, for some reason on the super heavies you have to click the valid only off in order to see the mask and supercharger for it. But it is the supercharger Mark 4 and the mask Mark 6 for both. That's what you use for super heavies. The mask weighs 6 tons. There's no way in hell I am squeezing a 6-ton mask onto this thing. It also takes up 6 slots. So definitely going with the supercharger works more than well enough for what we need. I don't know if that's bugged or what. That just seems ridiculous that a mask is 6 slots and 6 tons when you can get a supercharger for 1 ton, 1 slot. And the difference between them, I don't think is really all that much. I mean, let's look at speed boost and acceleration, because that's really what we're taking this for. Speed boost 50% and 400, 50% and 370. So arguably the supercharger might even be better, although I think you have a higher chance of taking damage with it or something. Anyways, so we're going with the supercharger there. For the rest of our internals, what else do we have that I haven't talked about yet? On the arms, we want to help out with the jam chance, so we put weapon compensators on each arm. This also helps with your recoil, once again. Really nice bonuses to ballistics there. Then the efficient ammo feedway on each arm. This, again, decreases our jam chance. Also decreases cooldown. So those are really nice to have. We put one on each arm. We got a clan ECM over here, clan probe here. Those are pretty standard. Exchanger Mark II to help with the heat management, because as you can probably see, we don't really have any extra double heat sinks on this build. We are getting all of our cooling help. Oh, and no, I wasn't. That's right. So we're getting all of our cooling essentially from the internals with the engines. But we are adding to their efficiency with the exchanger, or actually not adding to their efficiency, but reducing our overall heat with the exchanger. And that helps a lot as well. What else? Ammo. As far as ammo goes, we got 5 double bins of Ultra AC-10 ammo. I think that's a good amount. Shorter missions, obviously you're not going to need that much, but for the missions I was doing, that seemed good. I didn't run out. I think I was getting low, though, on most of the missions that I played, for like Ground Wars, Battlegrounds, those kind of missions. If you know you're going to be able to hit a repair bay or something, then you won't need as much. You can probably drop a double, maybe take another double heat sink in its place. And then you could add back some armor with the other half ton, or the other 1 ton. As far as ammo for the MRMs, 2 double bins seems like enough for the MRMs. If you're using the missiles a lot, you will run out. Maybe you want to trade out the Ultra AC-10 double for another double of the MRMs. It just depends on what you're using more. I focus a little more on the ballistic weapons. Was using the MRMs a good amount too, though. In any case, I found this amount of ammo worked okay for me. I believe that's everything on the build, guys. I do want to mention, previously I had talked about how there was an issue with the weapon convergence from the arms staying on target. That's been fixed with a recent update to the mod, so not going to have any issues with that. Again, I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it one more time. If you're having trouble with any of these super heavy mechs fitting through the door on the Leopard when you're dropped into a mission, go into the YAML options and turn on mech rescale under miscellaneous. I think that's where it was. That'll rescale all the mechs in the game, so the super heavies will still be much larger than, you know, like a heavy mech or even the assault mechs. it just scales everything down a little bit, so now even the super heavies will fit through the doorways and that sort of thing. But really, really nice to have the weapon convergence issues fixed on all of these. They're a lot more fun to play with now, just because of the accuracy. You can use pinpoint weapons and not worry about them hitting in different spots. So that's really cool. Big thanks to Empress Daystar on that, for getting that fix out so quick. Really appreciate it. After this, we will have one more super heavy that we're going to take a look at, and then we will have looked at all 7 from YAGDM. I may go back and look at some additional builds on them, and I've also had some requests for doing kind of a tier list maybe, or just talking about which ones I feel are my favorites or the best mechs, super heavy mechs. We'll see. I might make some of these. Have been a lot of fun for making the videos of. It's really cool having these super heavies to play with. So go show some love to the mod creator, Empress Daystar. You can find her on Discord in the YAML Discord. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch the gameplay footage. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We are under heavy fire. Requiring immediate support. Over. Relocating. On mark. At waypoint.
Fully in file formation, sir.
Another direct hit. Detecting heavy damage.
Attacking shared target.